Hi everybody, welcome back. I am super happy to be here again with another speed drawing. And actually today I had an idea for a story time since I see that those are really fun to listen to. And who was the YouTuber that said make videos that you would like to see? I can't remember, but that's what I'm doing. So here we go. Um, as you can probably read from the title, this is a story about the time that I used to live in a haunted house. And this specific one is about how I found out it was haunted. And as you can probably guess, there was a cat involved. And no, that cat was not alive. Anyway, the first time I saw something in that house, and let me just say, this house was pretty nice. We were renting it, and I don't know if you've seen these types of houses. They're kind of divided into two when we were living on the bottom part. So it was significantly darker than the top half, just because there was less space for windows. But the living room was pretty well lit. I mean, it wasn't like dark, it was in the afternoon, so the sun was shining in. And I just happened to be alone at home. My brother was out with his friends, mom and dad were working. And at first, I kind of just got a strange feeling. I can't really describe it, just kind of like that odd feeling where you can sense when someone walks in the room, but I was alone, so nobody walked in the room. Yeah, that was, I guess, the first feeling that I got that day. I was at the kitchen bar place, not really a table, more like a little bar. And I was sitting there just doing my homework, minding my own business. And actually, I can't remember. I don't think I was watching anything or listening to anything. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I see the reflection in the oven of something moving. And that's crazy because, again, I was alone and my mom doesn't like animals, so we don't have any pets, right? But in the reflection, I saw a black cat. And that's really weird because I thought, oh, maybe it's the reflection from the window, maybe there's a cat outside the window, except from the oven, you can't see the window from the reflection of the oven. You just see my feet dangling from the chair, and that's nowhere near the window because, like I said, we were on the bottom part, so the windows were kind of high up because we were kind of like in the ground, kind of like a basement. So yeah, that was fun. That's how we kind of became friends. I would be alone for the first like 2 hours after school got out. Same sort of routine, and this went on for a couple of months. I would just get home, do my homework, and watch the cat play with, I don't know, whatever. And I don't know, it's at first I thought, oh, it's just my imagination. I have a really active imagination at that time because I was a lot younger. And at first I thought, hey, maybe it's my imagination. But then as time went on, you could hear things and you could see things moving. And funny thing is, that is the only place the cat would be. the kitchen slash living room area. And surprisingly enough, no other entities would ever really go in that area. So the rest of the house, and later on I'll talk about this, but the rest of the house had different entities. But for some reason, in the living room, the only one I would ever see or play with or talk to was the cat. And of course, the cat didn't answer back because cats can't talk, but you get what I mean. So, as I was saying, at first I thought it was my imagination. And I didn't really tell anybody about it because I didn't want people to think I was childish or, I don't know, I guess you could say I was embarrassed to just tell my family about it because my family doesn't believe in ghosts. They're very skeptical. And I guess it wasn't until several months down the road when, I guess, I don't know what was the situation, but I was in the living room, I was watching TV, and at that point, my mom had agreed to let us have some goldfish because we wanted a pet, but my mom didn't like animals. So the cat had a new friend, and the cat would try to play with the fish. But because the cat's dead, it can't really touch the fish. Although now that I think about it, I'm kind of wondering because we went through quite a couple goldfish. They would just mysteriously wake up dead, so maybe it found a way. Anyway, I had gotten used to being in the living room, sometimes by myself, and when I was by myself, the cat would either play with the silverware or some plastic bags. You know, if you're an immigrant family, you know there's always that one bag full of other plastic bags. Yeah, it would like to play in there. Or sometimes it would move the rocks or scare the fish, and I would just sit there, watch TV, and I'm like, that is completely normal to me. I live with a dead cat, and that is completely normal at this point. One day, I was sitting there, and my dad came into the living room. He was talking to me. I have no idea what he was talking to me about. I can't remember if I was just not paying attention or it's just been that long that I forgot. One of the two. And then, first time, I guess, ever, where I wasn't alone, the cat decided to make itself known. And it freaked my dad out. He's like, "What was that noise?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just the cat." And I had completely forgotten that I never told anybody about the cat. So he's like, "What cat? We don't have a cat." And I said, "It's the dead cat that lives with us." And he's all like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "Then how are those things moving over there? Go check it out. There's nothing over there except our dead cat." And I remember his face just went white because even though, he never told me he believed in ghosts because my mom doesn't believe in ghosts, apparently he is a very superstitious man, and I just never knew that about him. So, anyway, because it hadn't been the first time I had confided in him that I was able to see ghosts, he really did take me seriously at that point, and he doesn't like cats, especially not black cats. And I left the black cat part out because I don't want to freak him out even more. He did get freaked out. My mom, at the end of the day, of course, my mom thought I was crazy. My dad sort of believed me, but wouldn't admit it in front of my mom. And my brother was completely skeptical. He never believes anything I said. But yeah, that was my daily routine. I would come home from school and do my homework with my friend, the black cat, the black dead cat. Yeah, that was fun. And until the day we moved out, that cat was always very friendly with me. He or she, I can't tell, would always, I don't know, make itself known, I guess, to me. And I never could actually see it unless I was looking into a reflection. So at one point, my parents had bought a mirror, and they kind of left it in the living room for a little bit while they figured out a place to put it, because my mom wanted it to be in just the right spot. So that's how I found out I could only see it in a reflection. So I could see it in the oven when it was in the afternoon, when the sun was shining in and it was really, really bright. I could see it then. And then when my parents bought the mirror, I could see it in the mirror. So I'm like, hey, this cat likes the kitchen and living room, and I like to read. So I spent a whole summer reading in the living room. I had a whole bunch of books, and I love reading, and I would just sit there and listen to the cat play or get annoyed or anything that cats really do. That was kind of my second experience with a cat. So anyway, there are more stories about this house. Not all of them are as happy and innocent as the cat. So if you want to hear more about my time in that haunted house, let me know. What's all the YouTube things you say? Like and subscribe. I'm not going to tell you about notifications, you know all that stuff. But I am more active on Instagram, so if you want to see more of my drawings, check me out on there. Or if you really like the story time video, let me know in the comments below. I think it was a really fun experience. I just kind of thought I would share it. So anyway, thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.